Hey there, welcome back to Cooking with Cranberries. I'm Amelia with Cape Cod Select, and we kicked off this series last week called Cooking with Cranberries to show you easy ways to cook with cranberries in your home every day. So last week we made a power berry smoothie with our power berry blend, so if you didn't catch that, go back after this and watch it because it's a couple minutes, easy peasy, but a great healthy smoothie recipe. Today we are making lunch. So we are making a Balsamic Cranberry Naan Pizza. So I don't know if you know this, but naan you can buy in the store. Looks like this. It comes in a 2-pack, at least the one that I got. So you don't have to make it yourself. Easy peasy. But we're gonna make it cranberry balsamic and add some goodies for you. So I'm gonna show you quickly. I don't have my tripod yet, so we're gonna attempt this. So these are our ingredients that we are using. We got the frozen Cape Cod Select cranberries. See those beauties right there. But we're first gonna start off with making some caramelized onions. So I have my onions and sugar, some water, salt and pepper, and olive oil for that. So we'll start off with that, and then we'll work on our sauce, and then we're gonna put it all together to make pizzas. So I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees. So while that preheats, we're gonna start off with our onions. So I'm gonna get a drizzle of olive oil here. Let that heat up a little bit. Hope you can hear me over that. All right. And I'm gonna add, it's about 1 small onion, half of it. And we've sliced it thin here. So you get these nice little onion slivers there. So I'm gonna put that in my pot. Well, my pan, I should say. It's not really a pot. And, yep. So get that going. It's over medium heat. I'm gonna add some salt and pepper to taste. And I promise next week I will have a tripod so you'll be able to see my oven here and stove and see all the goodies cooking, but I'll keep kind of propping up to show you what's going on here. So we want to let those brown up, and as those brown and cook, we're going to start working on our sauce. Hello, I see you, good grief cook, how are you? So those are starting to heat up. Like I said, we're going to start on our sauce. So I have a 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, and it can be white vinegar, it can be a darker vinegar, does not matter, whatever you have. So 2 tablespoons of that. My 1 cup of beautiful frozen cranberries. I have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. 1/4 cup water. And we're gonna drizzle some honey in there, about 1 tablespoon. Get that. Go in here. So you wanna cook it on a high heat to start, medium to high heat, so that it boils. I put my lid on so it cooks a little bit quicker. And I'm gonna let that, so it looks like this in the pot to start. With some liquid in there. And like I said, we're going to let that boil. My onions are starting to brown. They're not quite yet ready to get going. But in the meantime, while you're waiting for these to cook, only a couple more minutes, you can start by slicing up your pears. So you're going to have a pear on top of this. And I'll list all the ingredients and everything after this video in the description, so you'll always have it, and we'll show you a post. But I have a brown pear, and it's about 1/4 of that, like sliced thin, so you can be doing that in the meantime while you're waiting for that to cook. We're going to slice up some brie cheese into little chunks like this, nothing too thick, but a few of those. And you want to chop up some basil into like nice thin slivers, because we're going to top our pizzas with that. Cooking here. So everyone have some fun weekend plans? There's not that much going on, but get out there, go for a nice big walk or a hike or something. All right. While these are cooking, I want to share with you a little insight on cranberries. So people have so many misconceptions of how these beauties grow. A lot of people think they grow in like big pools of water out in a field. They're in fact in a, we call it a bog. So it's a low lying, kind of marshy, but not too marshy, and it has like low crawling vines, so the whole thing. And so the cranberries grow on that, and they are actually growing the whole year. They do go dormant for a small period, but come spring, they'll start to come out and start to grow. You get that nice green color with the leaves again, and the berries will start to grow. And we really don't use water until we're ready to harvest, or we are freezing the bogs for the winter to protect from the harsh weather. So we actually have a whole blog post about cranberries and how they grow, and you can read about that on our website, or capecodselect.com/blog, and you'll be able to learn more about how cranberries grow. It's pretty interesting. But no, they don't just grow in water and just, you know, appear. It's a whole process from spring until fall, until they're ready to harvest. So my onions are starting to brown here a little bit more. I am actually going to add in another, well, not another, but 1/4 cup water. Grab it from my sink. And I'm going to put that in the pan. And you can hear that sizzle. And I got 1 teaspoon of sugar. So I'm going to caramelize that. So the water will reduce and cook off, basically, but you're going to get these nice sweet onions. And I used a sweet onion to begin with. You can really go with any onion you want, but it's like a nice sweet onion. All right. Here, I'm going to show you what these are looking like right now. We got some onions cooking. Our cranberries are starting to boil here. Once they get to a full boil, then I will show you that again. You can actually take a slotted spoon. Let me dry right over here. Slotted spoon like this, and start pressing down the cranberries so that they release all their flavors and start to burst. They're not quite ready. They're still a little bit hard. So we're going to keep cooking those. Here. My onions are just about done. Like I said, it's really quick. And if you guys have recipes that you want to see, like I said, we do this every Friday. Send us a message or tag us in, you know, one of your recipes and say, hey, I want to see you try cooking it. I am no professional. Just an everyday person, but I will attempt a recipe if you share it with us. Alright, so my onions are just about done. I'm going to remove them from the heat. So this is what they're looking like now. Delicious, sweet, caramelized onions. Those off the heat and let them cool. My cranberries are really boiling now. So I'm going to take my lid off so that the liquid that's in there starts to reduce, so you get this nice sauce. And I am going to take my slotted spoon out and start pressing down the berries to really release. It's going to kind of thicken up your sauce a little bit quicker. I'm going to bring down the heat on that to about a low heat now. My oven is preheated at 350. What the cranberries are looking like right now. So, hold on here. So we got this nice cranberry sauce going. And what's awesome about cranberry sauce is you can get really creative with it. You can add so many different flavors. You can do like a cranberry orange and do an orange liqueur in there with some warm cinnamon and cloves and make a really warm sauce. I've seen ones with the bourbon in it. You can do like a blueberry cranberry jam if you wanted to do it for like a sweeter dessert, or spoon it over your yogurt. So a lot of people will only make cranberry sauce for the holidays, and I make it all of the time to put with my chicken, my turkey, my pork, or I will make it for a dessert. So a really quick, easy appetizer is baked brie wheel, drizzle it with a little honey, bake it, and then when it comes out of the oven, spoon that cranberry sauce right on top. Get some crackers and dig in. It's so good, so easy. So I am gonna remove my cranberry sauce from the heat now. And as your cranberry sauce cools, it'll begin to thicken a little bit too. So this is what my sauce is looking like. Nice. Here we go. That's a better angle for you. And like I said, it's gonna thicken up. And you can save cranberry sauce in your fridge afterwards if you have leftovers for, about 2 weeks with a lidded container. You're good. So now I'm gonna start putting together my naan pizzas. This recipe will make 2. I'm just gonna show you one right at the moment. That's my naan. And I'm gonna get this nice cranberry sauce spread out on here. And you can make the sauce as thick as you want, or as thin. But you wanna get enough that you get that nice cranberry flavor. Let's see here. I feel like I need music for the background of these. Alright. So I'm going to show you each step. Bear with me here. Alright, so I got my naan, and I got, this angle's very tricky. Naan and cranberries, then I'm going to add my onion. Let's see here. Make sure it stays up. Tones here. Ouch, the handle was hot. Alright, so my onions I'm just going to put on top here, spread them out. Like I said, this makes enough for 2 pizzas. And what's great about these little pizzas is you can totally make them your lunch, but you can also slice them like the long way into strips and make it an appetizer. And it's really easy, quick appetizer. Show you what my pizza looks like now. Now I'm going to add some brie cheese. And a little pro tip for brie. Don't take it out until you're ready to cut it, because if you let it get warm, it's trickier to cut and serve. It doesn't melt like cheddar or mozzarella, where it's going to spread over the pizza. So you want to be kind of strategic of where you're putting these slices, so that it covers your pizza enough that, most bites are going to get some cheese. You can get really artsy with it if you want. And then I'm going to add my sliced pears. And get this looking like a beautiful pizza. All right, so I'm going to put it in the oven like this. And we'll put our basil on top afterwards, and we'll drizzle like a nice balsamic glaze on top. So I'm gonna throw this in the oven, and you're gonna wanna just keep an eye on it. I'd say 15 minutes, 12 minutes, then check it and see where it's at. So throw this in my oven here. And this is how it's going to come out. So we got this nice crispy crust. Our brie is melted. Our pears have started to crisp up. I'm going to top this with some basil. I love basil, so you can also do it with rosemary. It'd probably be pretty good too. Just going to do a nice little balsamic glaze. So who doesn't love balsamic glaze? Alrighty. And before I show you the final, I'm going to transfer this over to let it cool on my cutting board. And let's flip this around. We have a beautiful balsamic cranberry naan pizza. So very easy, simple, like I said, make it your lunch, or you can turn it into an appetizer by cutting it like in strips this way. But I'm gonna let it cool before I do that. So that's today's cooking with cranberries. So I hope you enjoyed this super simple, easy recipe, and have a fabulous Friday, fabulous lunch, fabulous weekend, and we will catch you next week. Alrighty, have a good one, guys. This end button, I can never find the end button.